Hey everyone, it's a beautiful day. I hope you're having a great week. I'm up here in northern LA on a hike, beautiful scenic overlook. And I wanted to make a video on feeling inadequate, not feeling good enough. If you catch yourself sometimes feeling inadequate or not good enough, not all that happy, that's perfectly fine. I know I've spent a big part of my life feeling not good enough in one aspect or many. If you are feeling inadequate, this is a common occurrence now, and please don't beat yourself up for it. When you're feeling this way, be really good to yourself. Take yourself out to dinner, take yourself on a nice hike out in nature, take yourself to the beach if you can, and just enjoy the scenery, the sand in your toes, the waves crashing. It's society that is making us feel inadequate. You are not inadequate, the system is. If you buy into it or chase the ideal of what they want you to be, then don't be surprised when it doesn't get you anywhere. It's not supposed to, because then you wouldn't feel inadequate anymore and you would stop consuming. And they can't have that, right? They want you to believe that you can spend your way out of inadequacy. You can't. You can only work your way out of it. Manage your expectations and know yourself. You'll never be all those things. You don't need all that stuff. And whoever you meet in the future who's worth your time, they ought to be okay with that. Your friends, your loved ones, your family ought to be okay with that. 97% of the media that we take in is designed to make us feel that way, to make us feel inadequate. Why don't you have washboard abs? Why don't you have the $60,000 car to take her to the coast? Why don't you have the TV that talks and the watch that's a phone and the $2,500 home theater in your $700 a month apartment? Why aren't you a ballroom dancer, a horticulture expert, a DIY master, a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Why doesn't your job pay six figures and come with unlimited time off? Well, you better go get that degree that'll get you that job, even if it's something you're not interested in at all. Should you aspire to some of that? Sure, if it's what you want. If it's not what you want, don't. Who are you trying to impress? I used to worry about that. I used to value myself by money, how much money I had in the bank, and that's just not right. I used to value myself by how much I was worth. This is not the way to go. Focus on being just and kind. Focus on being the best person you can and doing good in the world and helping others when you can. Value yourself by that. If you're not feeling happy, remember that no one can be happy all the time, but it's possible to be happy most of the time. If you're saying, I can't be happy most of the time, screw that. You can change that. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out and have some fun adventures. Say yes to life. It will help you open yourself up to more possibilities and more chances of experiencing happiness and learning that you are great and you are good enough. Be open-minded and say yes. If it makes you uncomfortable, embrace it and step out. Every small new event in your life can help rocket you upwards, building your self-esteem and confidence. Don't let anyone ever make you feel like you aren't the absolute pinnacle of what this world has to offer, because you are. Also, let's not forget that whatever sent you on this path, whatever path it is that you're on, is more often than not a very difficult, even traumatic experience. Life in society tries to break you down, and a lot of us have skin thick as titanium. I hope that you will go and live your life without restriction. Focus on you and become the very best you. Don't worry about being good enough. The only things a human can do is cultivate his or her mind and body, attain wisdom, forge an iron discipline, and take care of one's body. This way you can recognize what you have control over, which are really very few things, and what you don't have control over is nearly everything. Only thing you should be afraid of is inaction. Life is a gamble, but every one of us is bestowed with a gift by God. Use it. So don't worry about not being good enough. There's nothing wrong with you. The idea that you just aren't good enough is constantly pushed by society and is further reinforced by commercials, films, TVs, news, and likewise. This is a tactic used to keep people invested in buying tons of garbage they don't need. So just live your life how you feel fit. Don't let society's expectations pressure you into doing things you don't want to do. You don't need a fancy car or a mansion or whatever to be happy. When you rely on external things for happiness, you invite misery. That you're not good enough if you don't have that mansion or supermodel boyfriend or girlfriend or fancy car. That's stupid. That is the lie we've been conditioned to believe. Once you realize this, you are free to be the man or woman you want to be. You can now work to achieve your goals and dreams, not someone else's. What makes you happy? Ask yourself this question and really take note of what your answers are. Remember throughout your life to have fun and stay focused. Stay on the path you have for yourself. You will get discouraged at times, everybody does, but just stick with it and always do your best. That is really all you can control. As long as you're making progress and doing good in your life, you will feel energized and you will be happy. You just do you and make every day happier. Lots of love to you. Thanks for watching.